gentlemen, welcome to the Toby and Wes Show. We're going to go out and fly this 1945 T-6 Texan here in Kissimmee, Florida, on a half-an-hour introductory flight, and I think Toby's going to have a good time.
Here's hoping.
And here we go. So when I taxi, I'm just keeping that stick back. Alrighty. And I'm gonna call ground here real quick. Kissimmee ground, Texan 2 out of Warbirds with Mike Southwest.
Texan 2, Kissimmee ground, runway 15, taxi via Charlie Delta.
Charlie Delta to 15, Texan 2. So if you look right out the nose of the airplane, you can't see anything at all, can you?
Correct.
So, all I'm doing is using my rudder pedals with that steerable tail wheel that I have. And I'm just doing S-turns to the left and right of the center line. It makes it very easy to taxi this airplane, as long as you keep the stick back. The hard part is if, people will relax the stick, and you don't want to do that, so...
Because that'll get the wheel up off the back?
It'll unlock the wheel, and there's a chance of lifting it, so...
I understand. Then you're gonna lose your taxi control completely, right?
Yes, correct.
Oh, it's using it like a spoiler.
Yes. So, there's only one time where we do unlock the tail wheel, and that's to spin around in the run-up area. So we're going to do that now, and I'll show you what that's like. So, like I said, as long as we keep the stick back, the tail wheel stays locked. But once I neutralize the rudder pedals, push the stick forward, and tap a brake, the tail spins around.
Oh, nice. That's the top right brake?
Yeah.
Cool.
And you can do it either way, it doesn't matter.
But when do you want me to worry about the canopy going?
Right about now, actually.
Okay. Right hand. I learn.
Yep, pull it towards you and pull it forward. Pull the red lever towards you. There you go.
Man. My apologies.
Hey, no worries. We're all good.
Good.
Alright, ready to do the run-up real quick?
Yep.
Alright, I'll talk through what I'm doing. I'm going to bring the power up to 1600, keeping that stick all the way back, keeping that tail on the ground, keeping my feet on the brakes. 1600 RPM. And we'll cycle the prop. The engine's already warm, so we'll do it just one time, looking for an increase in manifold pressure, decrease in RPM, fluctuation in oil pressure, which we have all of.
Good.
We'll keep that stick back. We're coming up to 2000 RPM now. And we'll do a quick mag check. Over to the right mag, looks good. Over to the left mag, and back to both. Similar drop, about 50 to 75 RPM on both. Now we'll bring the mixture back, and we'll check to make sure that's functioning properly, looking for a decrease in RPM. There's our decrease, and back to full rich. We'll do a hydraulic test with the hydraulic power push, looking for 1000 PSI on that. Everything looks good there. We'll smoothly bring that throttle back and do an idle check. And she's idling right at 550, which is just what we're looking for. We'll come back up to 1000. Go ahead and watch your legs for me. We're going to do a quick flight controls check. All the way left. All the way right.
Yep.
Forward. Back. And we'll do what's called boxing. And that's full in each direction to make sure we have free movement. Alright, shorter harnesses are locked, flaps are up, trims are set for takeoff, fuel is on the right tank in the detent, prop mixture full forward, mags are on both, altimeter is set, radios are set, primer is in and locked. Any questions before we go?
No questions.
Okay, so the last thing I'll say is if I say my airplane, that means hands and feet off the flight controls, please.
Gotcha.
Okay? So my airplane for the takeoff, and usually the only two times I'll say that is for the takeoff and the landing. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to feel what I'm doing, or you're going to be flying yourself, right? So.
Gotcha. No argument for me.
Clear. Texan 2, southbound approved, 15, cleared for takeoff.
15, clear for takeoff, Texan 2. Alright, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. We got a bit of a crosswind here, so we'll keep the stick neutral. Looking for that crosswind. We'll line ourselves up on center line. Smoothly up to full power. 36 inches, 2250 RPM. Airspeed's alive. In the green. Bring that tail up. 80 miles an hour. Here we go. And out of runway. Power push. Gear coming up. Coming back to 30 inches. And 2,000 RPM. Okay, your airplane, Toby. You just keep us climbing at 110 miles an hour, okay?
Alright. On the RNAV 15.
5525 for point 1.
Am I going in any particular direction?
We're gonna go to the right.
The right. Slight right, like this here?
Yeah, I'll tell you when to stop.
Alrighty.
Nice job.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good heading. And we're just gonna keep our climb here.
Alrighty.
Right at 110 miles an hour. And we're gonna go up to about 1,800 feet, okay?
Alright, how's our angle here?
A little high. We're at about 100 miles an hour. Just drop it just slightly.
Alright.
There you go.
Alright, I'm looking at mine. There we go, okay.
There you go. There's 110. Perfect.
Gotcha.
And if you want some elevator trim, so you don't have to hold the stick so hard, if you look down at your right side, there's a couple of wheels. Your left side, not your right side.
Yep.
You're gonna see the wheel moving. See it down there?
Gotcha.
That's your elevator trim. So feel free to move that forward and back wherever you need to alleviate some of the pressures on the stick. Okay?
Yeah, I'm good with the stick now, if you're alright.
Oh yeah, sure. Whatever works for you.
Alright. And I'm sorry, please repeat what our altitude is going to be.
We're gonna stop at 1,800. So we've got 300 more feet to go.
Gotcha.
Tower, Sahawk, South 524 Alpha at Waldry.
5525 for semi-tower, runway 15, cleared for the option.
And level off there.
And before making any turns.
There you go.
For any turn, 24.
It is responsive. You are right.
It is. It's very
I
responsive.
just barely touched that. That's fun.
Alright, you can keep on climbing now. We're outside of that 2,000 foot airspace. So now we can go up to, but not including 4,000.
Alright.
So, we'll go up to about 3,800, okay?
Sounds good.
Cessna 206, and downwind following Cessna traffic.
What's that?
What kind of speed should I maintain for that climb? 110 still?
Yes, 110 the whole way up.
Alrighty.
296.
There you go. And as you know,
Cessna 206.
pressure decreases as altitude increases, right? So the higher we go, the less pressure there is on the atmosphere, right?
Yep.
So that means we're losing manifold pressure as we go up. So I'm constantly pushing the throttle forward a little bit at a time to maintain 30 inches.
Understood.
You're doing an excellent job.
Thank you, sir. I got my foot gently on the left rudder a little bit this whole time here. Is that...
You want it a little more on the right rudder. So look at that ball. You want to step on the ball.
Oh,
So if it's to the right, you want to step on a little right, and then it centers.
6 Mike Bravo,
There you go. That's better. Just like that.
Perfect.
Texan 2 is up on frequency.
Alright, we're at 32.
I'm seeing 32 as well. We're gonna go up to 37, 38.
Alrighty.
And you're doing a great job. And also, don't forget to look outside, right?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say. We gotta take it, you know.
And we are VFR traffic, right? So it's our job to, keep visual separation from other airplanes.
Understood.
Say again?
Section 2 is up.
Have fun, Dad!
I didn't know they get to be on radio.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Who was that?
I think that was your kids.
Yeah, I can't tell which one. Sound like Flynn, maybe.
There you go, hold that altitude, 3,800.
38?
And see that lake off our left side there with the island on it?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna swing towards that,
Alright.
but I want you to keep it off of our left wing like it's right now, but we can cut a little closer to it, okay?
Yep.
And let's push forward a little more on the stick so we don't climb. Also, the trim helps with that as well.
Yeah, so help me with the trim. If I want to have it assist.
If you want to assist yourself in pushing forward, just roll that wheel forward, just like that. Yeah.
Whoa! Okay. Little help?
You're doing just fine.
Am I doing it? Okay.
Yep. Now let's come to the left.
Alrighty.
And we're gonna follow that lake all the way down.
Alright. Oh man. Oh man.
You're doing great.
Yeah, thank you.
And now we can climb again above 4,000. So reset your trim wherever you need to hold 110 miles an hour in the climb.
In the 100, reset my trim. Okay, gotcha.
Yep, whatever you need to help you there.
And where are we going to?
And we're gonna go more to the south, so let's keep turning left here.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. Get that feel. That's a first time I ever felt that kind of. You feel the air take the wings, you know.
Uh-huh.
It is very different than.
Absolutely.
Man. Alright, so you want me trimmed back now, I presume, right?
Yep, you just bring the wheel back a little at a time, and hold 110 and keep coming to the left.
Alrighty. Kinda lost it there.
There you go. See that lake is still off our left side? We're going to parallel that lake, so this is a good heading. See all the lines in the ground that are running parallel with us?
Yep.
Just fly even with those.
Understood.
That lake that's just beyond it, a little more off the nose, but still to the left, is the lake we're going to head towards. That's our practice area.
Gotcha. Where we want to be altitude-wise?
We're going to stop at 5,600.
That's us now here, right?
Yep.
See if I can do this trim.
Yeah, just small movements on the trim. It doesn't take much. And let's come to the left a little more.
How's that?
That's good. Well, I don't know. How does it feel to you? Whatever you need to hold your altitude there.
Feel better. I think I gotta drop my nerves a little bit.
Oh, good. You should. You're flying just fine. So also, like we talked about with the manifold pressure and the air pressure decreasing as we climb, I'm also leaning the mixture out more as we climb.
Gotcha.
Watch that altitude, a little more forward stick. There you go. And And you can fly directly towards that lake down there, off to our left side.
Up left there, so
Yep.
45 angle against the roads down here.
Yes, pretty much.
And you have contact on the small plane on the left-hand side here.
Oh, you do? Because I don't.
Yeah, right here at about, I'd say, 3,000 feet below us.
Wait, but yeah, I see him now. Insight, no factor.
Okay.
That was a good spot.
Thank you. Although it's lower than that now, I see.
How low did you, how far below us did you say it was?
I said 3. Now
Well,
it's like what, 4?
that is exactly right. I see it on my ADSB back here.
Oh, wow.
And it says exactly 3,000 feet below us.
Hey, man, I'll take beginner's luck.
That or you're hustling me, I'm not sure yet.
Are we good on airspeed? Is this,
Oh yeah, the airplane will go all the way up to 230 miles an hour.
Cool.
And we can climb above 6,000. But obviously we can't climb through the clouds, so this big ass hole here on the left, we'll take that, okay?
Where now, I'm sorry?
Yep, you can start climbing. This huge hole where the clouds make here on the left side,
Alrighty.
we'll head towards that. There you go, just like that. Excellent. Man, I like days like this where the students are really good.
Wow.
The clouds will make it really pretty out here in the afternoons. You can level off at 7,500. We're just coming through 7,000 now.
Good. I can feel that trim on the stick there, too, doing the...
Yep.
Getting a little feel for that.
So the trim is really important. So I want you to hold this pitch, right? I want you to hold 110 miles an hour, and I'll show you what happens if you lose your trim.
Okay.
So just hold that, and I'll start rolling the trim. So just hold that pitch, keep pulling back. See how hard it gets?
Oh, yeah.
Very difficult, right? So that trim is very helpful.
Understood. And see, of all the things you do in The Sims, you never touch the trim.
Exactly.
There's nothing pushing back.
You can level off here, and we're going to stay right around this area, right in this big hole. So I'm going to come back to cruise power with the airplane. I'm going to come back to 26 inches of manifold pressure with the throttle, and now I'm going to bring the prop lever back to 1,800 RPM. And we can stay right around here, and you can make a right turn for me.
You're staying out of the clouds?
Yep, we cannot fly through them.
Because we'd be blind because of visual, right?
Yes, we would at that point have to be IFR, instrument flight rules.
Understood.
So we've got about 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes worth of time to do some aerobatics if you'd like, or you can get a feel for the airplane and you can do some steep turns first, or we can jump right into turning upside down, whatever works for you.
I would like to try some steep turns.
Okay.
That's right. I think.
Yeah. So just trying to hold your altitude right here at 7,800,
Okay.
and bring the bank in a little more and put in a little more rudder.
This here.
That's a little too much.
Sorry.
There you go. Hey, no worries, you're doing just fine.
Alright.
And a little more back pressure to hold that altitude just like that. So just keep glancing down at your altitude to make sure you're holding it, which you are. And if we start losing altitude like this, then just pull back a little bit. There you go, just like that.
I take a left here. I don't feel like I'm going to make it on the right.
Oh yeah, go for it. Whatever you need. And we'll just turn all the way around to the left and face the opposite direction, okay?
Understood. Clouds give me a good bearing on my altitude. Without looking at the altitude, which is probably a bad habit.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to focus inside the cockpit.
Understood.
Looking outside is going to be your best friend, so.
Because Mind if I try a little harder to the left here?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Bring it around. She'll go way more. Obviously, the more horizontal component of the lift we take away by adding bank, the more we have to pull back to hold our altitude because we have less lift being produced. And of course, when we pull harder, we feel more G's, right?
Yep. I would like to try hard to the left here if you're right.
Yeah, absolutely, go for it.
As hard as I'm comfortable. That is to say.
Hey, I'm up here for you, right? We're having a good time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, the more bank you have, the more you feel them, right?
Yeah. That's a little disorientation I haven't felt before. I think I can handle it. It's not a big deal. It's a new feeling.
It is a new feeling. That's exactly right.
So shall I go down below the clouds here if I feel like...
No, let's just turn to the right some more. We'll turn all the way around. And you won't hit the clouds, I promise.
Alrighty. So that downward G kind of pressure, that's positive G's, right?
Yes, that's positive G.
That's something that you get better at over time?
Yep, you can roll wings level there. The more you fly, the more tolerance you build to your G-forces.
Yeah, because it's not a... I don't mind it, but
right.
It's mildly disorienting, you know?
Uh-huh. So it helps if you look outside and use the horizon rather than focus inside as well, right?
Gotcha.
Would you like to feel a little more G's?
Sure.
Okay, so not my airplane, you feel what I'm doing, okay?
Yep.
So I'm just going to do a really steep turn, and I'm just going to put the airplane into a smooth bank, and just pull back.
Oh boy, yeah, you feel that.
And I'm just holding my altitude by pulling back harder, or softer, depending on how much altitude we're losing.
Understood.
Did you feel that?
Yes sir, I did.
That was an accelerated stall.
Okay.
So if you pull too hard, the airplane wants to accelerate stall, just like that.
Okay. I feel, actually, I like that would you do that one more time? I like the feeling the way that you do the rudder with that.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'll do it to the left again.
Okay.
So what I'm doing, as I feed in more bank, I need more pedal. And I'm just keeping that black ball right in the middle.
Oh, so you are, okay.
As long as the ball is in the middle, we're staying coordinated.
G-wise, when you say this, like, couple G's?
This is probably about 2.
Yeah.
Alright, you want to try an aileron roll? We've got about 3 minutes.
Watch you want, if you want, I'll watch controls, we'll see you.
Okay, I'll demonstrate one and then I'll let you try one if you want. Okay, so we're going to push forward, which means, we're nice and smoothly, we don't want to push too hard.
Yep.
But we're going to get 160 on the airspeed. And we're going to feel some G's here, so get ready to tighten up those legs.
Ready, sir?
Here we go. We're going to bring the nose 30 degrees up, just like that, and we're going to bring the stick all the way over. And we're going to turn upside down. And we're going to stop when we get back to straight and level. How do you feel? How does that feel?
I feel like I could do it.
Okay, well, you're more than welcome to do it if you want to. I'm right here, I'm not going to let anything happen to us. It's perfectly safe.
Alright, so, if we're going to do it, do we got to go back out there and get more space out of the clouds?
Yeah, let's do a 180 degree turn.
Alrighty, you're going to do that to the right here?
Whichever way you'd like, yeah, that's fine.
Let's try to do it a little harder here, because I got no... Help me if I screw up.
Oh yeah, absolutely, that's what I'm here for. You're doing just fine though.
Oh yeah!
That's a good heading, you can fly straight there.
Man.
So keep that nose down a little bit, and we'll get some airspeed, we'll get 160, okay?
So, then we go 30 degrees up?
That's correct.
Do you go hard to one side, or you do just...
Yes, and you don't want to push the stick forward, you want to keep the stick right in the neutral position, right about where it's at.
Right at the 30 degree up marker, or?
Yep. There you go, there's 160, go ahead and pull back nice and smoothly, just like that. And stop and roll all the way over.
Roll.
More stick over. There you go. More. There you go. That's a roll.
Alright. Thank you, sir.
There you go. You just turned an airplane upside down by yourself.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright.
Alright, we've got time for one more thing. If you'd like, we can do another aileron roll and you can do it, or I can demonstrate a loop for you.
I think, I'm wasting my time thinking about it. That's what I think. Why don't you do a roll?
A loop or a roll?
Or a loop, I'm sorry.
Okay.
If that's okay, sorry, I didn't mean to be bossy there.
Oh no, absolutely. So we're just going to turn around here,
Yeah.
and we'll do it in this direction. So this is going to be 3.5 Gs
Alright.
at 180 miles an hour. Okay?
I'm gonna hand, yep.
So-
I'll have my hand on the stick, but I won't touch it.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead and tighten those legs and take a deep breath in, and hold your breath. So here we go. And coming over the top, and coming back down, we'll start pulling back again.
There you feel it? Oh!
And there we go, there's a loop.
Woohoo! Oh man, that was awesome.
How did that feel?
That was great. I want to swear, but I know my kids are listening. Oh man.
Alright. Well, it's about time we head back, Toby.
Alrighty.
We can either head back or we can extend if you want, but whatever you'd like.
You know, the kids are waiting for me. I hope to do this again.
Okay.
Let's head back.
Alright, sounds good. Your airplane.
Take us out of the clouds here.
And so those two lakes that we followed to get up here, the one is right off our right side there.
Yep, I got you.
So we're going to stay on the right side of it, so keep it off of our right wing.
Alright.
Or I mean on the left side, so we're going to keep it off our left wing.
Gotcha.
I'm so sorry, I'm talking backwards a million miles an hour. We want to be on the left side of the lake, so we want to keep it off of our right wing.
That's all good, man. You give me more time in here, that works for me.
And we're going to descend it at about 170 miles an hour. The airplane likes that. And we need to be below 6,000 feet by the time we get to that island that's on the lake.
Alright, let's do it.
Or when we get abeam that island, not over it. Because we don't want to fly right over it, but...
How's this heading here?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Alright. We're good. I'm just working the trim now. I'm just trying to get used to that.
Yeah. It's much easier if you use that trim.
Yeah.
As you've felt, right?
I promise I'll start working at the sim now.
We're going to listen to the weather at the airport real quick.
Alright.
Zulu, wind 160 at 6, visibility 10, sky scanner at 6,000 feet, temperature 33, dew point 19er, altimeter 3005, visual approaching use, landing and departing runway 15, advise on initial contact, you have information, Mike.
Okay, we've still got Mike.
Sending airport information, Mike, time 1856 Zulu, wind 160 at 6, visibility 10.
Alright. So do you see the straight line right at the, yeah, right there, right where you're pointing?
Yep.
We're going to stay on the left side. Excuse me, sorry. We're going to stay on the left side of that.
Okay. Are we going parallel to it, or just,
Not very, just, keep this heading.
Alright. We're at 6K.
Yep, you can keep descending.
Alright.
We're below the 6,000 foot that we need, but the purpose of staying on the left side of that power line down there is so that we don't get into the 4,000 foot shelf too early. Because obviously we need to be below 4,000 before we go in there. And now, just the opposite of what we did to get up here, as we get down, our pressure increases, right? So I have to pull the throttle back to hold 26 inches of manifold pressure, and I have to push the mixture forward to give the engine more fuel. And you can keep coming down at about 170.
Oh yeah.
more nose down. There you go. Use that trim. A little more nose forward, just like that. And you can start turning to the right just a little. There you go. I'm going to turn to tower now.
Mike Bravo up to 2. Up 6 Mike Bravo, thank you, no traffic. Cub 023 not receiving a transponder if you have one.
And that's a good heading. That's a good heading. You can fly straight. And keep the nose coming down. Just like that. Perfect.
Piper 023, you say you do not have one?
No, negative transponder.
Alright, I'm not even painting the target on you.
We're going too slow.
What's your altitude?
1,000.
There you are, just picked you up.
Semi Tower Texan 2, 10 Southwest with Mike.
Tex 2, Cemetery, put the initial runway 15.
Initial for 15, Texan 2.
Tower 13384.
Nice job, you're doing great.
5, Delta, ready for departure.
This is 133.
And do you see the airport? It's just right ahead of our nose. You should be able to see the runway kind of lined up there.
Is the runway
From the 15,
slight right?
Yeah, well, actually that's the highway. Look slightly to the left of that, and the runway is just parallel with the highway.
I think I see it, but I don't.
Okay.
I'm not confirmed.
Well, we're not going to land on that runway. We're going to land on the parallel, or the perpendicular runway. So let's come to the left a little bit.
All right.
There you go. And that's a good heading right there.
All right. Get my ear here quick. Oh, I see it.
Yep.
This is it here, so
Yeah, so that runway is not the runway we're going to land on. We're going to land on the perpendicular one. And we're going to be landing to the south. We're going to be landing on 15.
023, see you next time. Have a good flight.
Thank you, sir. You guys have a good evening. Bye-bye.
You can level off here for just a little bit. And then we're going to have to descend a little further here soon.
Semi Tower number 361 for Julia, holding short of 15.
Just bring the nose level, but don't start a climb. So right about there is perfect.
Reporting field down when each approach cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, traffic 15.
Very nice.
Take off. Number 361 for Julia.
oh, are you gonna go out?
Yeah, we're going to come actually a little bit more to the left even.
Okay.
Little turbulence. And you can start descending again. And we're going to go down to 1,500, okay?
All right.
So 74 Juliet, making left traffic.
Making left traffic. Number 361 for Julia.
And that's a good heading.
Oh yeah.
And let's start turning to the right just a little bit.
Star, what number?
There you go, and hold that altitude right there.
On the ramp with Mike, initial to the west, and then we'll go back northeast.
A little more forward.
Star 3,
Perfect.
approved.
Right there.
Direct northeast if you want.
Excellent.
Approved northeast. Perfect.
And a little more back on the stick. There you go.
Semi Tower 13384, right midfield.
And a little bit more to the, actually this is a good heading, a little bit more to the right.
Go.
Clear, touch and go, level 1.
There you go, that's good there.
Texan 2, stay at 1500 for now.
We'll stay at 1500, Texas 2. Okay, Toby, my airplane. I'm going to do the landing for us, okay?
Sounds good to me.
And I'll demonstrate it and talk you through what I'm doing.
All right.
Alright,
3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1,
which I'm not sure if you've heard of those.
Star 3,
So we're gonna, turn over the runway, and we're gonna overfly the runway and break over the runway to the left or to the right.
Turn eastbound, cross the runway, and then turn northeastbound once you've crossed.
Alright, crossing 15 and then northeastbound, Star 3.
You can go northeast now, thank you.
Alright, no problem, northeast, appreciate it, Star 3.
Texan 2, descend to 1,000, right brake, midfield, runway 15, number 2, clear to land.
Midfield, right brake, number 2, clear to land, 15, down to 1,000, Texan 2. There's 1,000. And we're just gonna hold 1,000 feet.
Star 3, you're going to be staying out of below 500.
Now we're going to do a right brake at midfield, so when we get this crossing runway, we're going to turn to the right.
12 o'clock.
And here we go.
Northeastbound, a helicopter at 500.
Moving for traffic.
And we'll smoothly start coming back on the power.
Base.
It's only downwind. Traffic in south.
Do you hold zero final approach? Or
From Port Julia, Roger. Continue with the downwind tower. Call your base for traffic.
What's that?
That you're following T-6.
I'll let you know. You don't really want to put flaps in too soon because it takes a lot of energy out of the airplane.
understood.
So right now, I'm going to go power push gear down. So gears coming down, coming back to 15 inches of manifold pressure. Gear are down and locked. Trims are set for landing at 11 o'clock on both trims. And we're turning towards the airport. Notice I still have not put my flaps out.
Yep.
Now, we've got the runway made almost, so I'm going to put my flaps out at 100 miles an hour. Anything below 110 on the
Port
flaps.
Julia, base turns approved. Follow the T-6, runway 15.
Trims are set again, gears confirmed, down and locked both sides. And if you're looking for the down lock pins, they're on the outside of the airplane on the wings.
Oh.
Star 3, do you see the yellow Texan on funnel?
And we're going to do a wheel landing. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Coming over the numbers. Descending.
So we're going to land on the two front wheels first.
Alright, no delay, cross 15.
Alright, no delay, cross 15. Perfect.
Ground Falcon 82 Bravo uniform is at Odyssey, taxi with ATIS.
And we'll start a smooth flare here. A little bit of left crosswind, so we're going to touch down on that left wheel first. Let the right touch, and bring the tail down.
Texan 2, right on runway 24, ground point 7.
24 ground point 7, Texan 2. Make this turn here. And you can open that canopy.
I did it right that time.
On the ground, Texan 2 off of 15 on 624, taxi back to Warbirds.
And Texan 2, send ground, text to Warbirds via Delta, give way to the Falcon jet coming out of Odyssey.
Delta will give way to the jet.